Hi, Biffs.
Hey, Beth.
Dear Abby.
Dear Kiki.
Captain.
Red flag,
Just you.
desperate housewife.
Pinot Grigio.
Doesn't want to marry
Exert
you.
power.
Love you like I love you. Don't talk to yourself.
Cheers, Biff. Cheers. Ill-advised. This is Ill-advised. Hi, Biffs. Hello, and welcome.
Welcome to Ill-advised.
The podcast where two best friends tell you what to do after someone else already has.
Like your favorite crime podcasters.
And not the girl that you don't like that's doing the morning announcements in high school.
Did we have that in high school? The student?
I don't think we had the student one.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
We just had the
That's
same,
fucking funny though.
like, guidance counselor or something who was like definitely a sports coach because of like how peppy he was that early in the morning.
I wish I could remember
Yeah,
anything.
I remember his
from
voice.
high
I can't imitate it. Yeah, no shit. I wish you could remember anything from high school too.
That's not water in my water
I don't know if you
bottles.
were there, but we had some good times.
I was not. I often wasn't invited.
No, you were invited.
Right.
You just didn't bring you along.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
It's like you're your better half, but you don't like you.
No, she's not coming. I am.
Sure, so long as one of you makes an appearance, I suppose.
Neither will remember, so it's fine.
Also, bitch, that's my Everclear.
Oh,
That's what you get. That was my sip.
yeah, that was instant karma.
Sure was. How are you, Beth?
I'm well. I am.
Well,
I am.
is that spelled with an H
Yes.
or a WH?
An HW.
Well.
Yeah, I was gonna say a HWH, but then I was like, is that a wheel?
Well. That's a whole lot of well.
I'm good. I'm trying to get back on track in my homework. And everything else is just everything else.
Amen to that.
I was gonna ask how you are doing, but I don't think I want to after that.
I'm fighting back tears. No, I'm fighting my contact.
I was
it's
gonna
just
say
slipping.
your eyelashes
No, this
Just
is my contact. Like
being too big for
slowly.
your fucking eyeballs.
You know those cartoons where like they hit a wall and they slowly slide down the wall?
Yes.
Like I just need like a high pitch for my contact.
Is that what it's doing?
Pretty much.
Like every time your eye moves, your contact is like.
It's supposed to spin when you blink. You know what I mean? To like stay adjusted. Because they're circles. They're designed that way, like dome shaped. And, you know, I'm not an eye doctor. And instead, mine's just like holding on for dear life. But I think it's time for a new pair.
How old are they?
Oh.
I'm not a contact wearer.
I have
so
monthlies and I wear them for more than that.
Huh.
So money saving. When you have money, you want to keep it. And when you don't, you want to keep it.
That's not true.
Right.
When you don't have money, you're like, meh, fuck it. I'm already broke.
I'm already there.
What's one more bill?
I'm good. I'm well.
Are you well?
I'm wholly well. Just mourning the loss of Shannon Doherty.
Oh, yeah.
But she is only... Okay. I've always said these deaths come in threes. And she's number 3. Because we had Dr. Ruth, Richard Simmons, and Shannon Doherty.
Yeah. What's his name?
Richard Simmons?
Okay, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah. What about him?
I didn't know he...
Yeah. He was like in his 70s. Dr. Ruth was like 90 billion or 96. Is
Same
more respectful.
difference.
And Shannon Doherty was 53 because,
I know.
You know, and everyone knows. I think we've definitely talked about it here, how important that was for my childhood and my being Shannon Doherty and Charm. But other than that, I'm fine. No real news to report. Other than there was
Our former president?
an assassination attempt. So we're on the same page.
Yes, like you can't laugh when you say that.
And I'm smiling. Listen. I agree with our president and our vice president. Political violence has no place in our democracy, but neither does genocide. And so you've got to pick the lesser of two evils.
Is Trump responsible for genocide?
He will be.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I actually did.
It'll be like a gay witch hunt. So maybe it's more personal.
Understand
Don't vote for me.
Most political opinions are personal.
I suppose.
Your views, your morals, your whatevers. But I did, well, actually, last night when I was doing homework, my family chat.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I literally sent the Michael Jackson popcorn meme.
From Thriller?
Yes. The red jacket with the slicked hair. Yes. Yes, because one half of my family voted Trump. The other half voted Biden. And
at this point, to be honest, for the whole world, we just shouldn't vote. It doesn't matter, this election.
I don't even know what's
you're
happening.
Doing great.
So that's why I was just like, oh, well, I'm just having snacks over here, reading about, funnily enough, popcorn. Terrorists in my criminal history book. But yeah, so I was informed because you know me, I'm not up to date. Yeah,
you're not like
with no dates,
which I think is probably a really good thing for your mental health.
You're right, because the way I watch trash television,
that's enough drama.
I cannot handle.
No.
When I watch it, I'm like, oh man, and everyone's like, yeah, that was
my bagel, Brittany. That was my fucking bagel.
Like she's on her 7th kid now. That's and I'm like, oh,
just give her fucking bagel.
Watched the first one. So, anyways, my family started getting into the whole thing. My dad made a insensitive comment when my mom sent the article about Trump.
I love your dad so much.
And then one of my brothers was very personally offended.
Oh.
And it started into a tit for tat. And I was just like, I literally sent after the Michael Jackson one, because they kept going. Then I sent the Oprah for president.
Oh, shut up. Shut up.
I was just like,
did you make friends or enemies with that one?
I think just my sister laughed. And then it was this morning that I saw, like, obviously Facebook was immediately divided. And like, everyone was like, well, my block button has never been used more. And I was like, okay, like, But then I actually did see the video of the
shooting.
Yeah. And it was kind of tough to watch. And it was like, you literally just could have caught that bullet through your head.
Yeah.
Like, and then the person behind him who caught the bullet and died.
Yeah.
Like it just.
Yep. And there were
and
other
then the shooter
too.
Was only 20 years old. A little 20-year-old kid.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't hear that part.
Yeah. He's just some little 20-year-old kid there.
Yeah. I mean, I joke about it in poor taste or good. I mean, it depends on where you are and that time of the day and how many medals you've had.
Voted for.
Even that, like, if you have like a little bit of like basic, human decency, I suppose, like you're like not condoning the death of another human being. You know what I mean? Like we're not calling for it. I'm not ready to explain my feelings about this, but you can.
You don't need to.
Yeah. I'm not in the competition anymore. For everyone to know.
You're still my favorite show.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
I was watching The Bear last night, and it was a very stupid.
So good.
I know.
Are you on the new season?
Sorry for the music in the background out of nowhere for our listeners.
If you can hear it.
It's getting louder.
You were watching The Bear.
I was watching The Bear.
Which season?
I was re-watching season 2 so I can get back to season 3.
I had to rewatch the last 2.
And I just was watching the episode where they were doing the fire suppression test.
Oh, the balloon?
The balloon.
Yes.
But they did it officially.
Yes.
And they're like, they passed it after the longest 10 seconds because it's not 10 seconds. They're just counting
No, because
down.
it shows everybody's internal dialogue.
Right. Exactly. Right.
Yes.
And it's just like, and Carmi goes from like, my stove's burning down to I just had sex. And I was so confused. And then they're like, congratulations, you have a restaurant. And I fucking lost it. Fucking lost it. I could have watered a garden with how hard I was sobbing, going like, I didn't win.
Aw, man.
And then I was like, no, you're good. Because it just means it's going to take a little bit longer. Because the support that I got, like, fuck you,
it was
man.
Like,
it's just going to take a little bit longer. But I'm wishing all the luck to people in the semifinals because it's cutthroat. This is it. This is the last one.
You just needed to get through one more?
One more round, yeah.
What the...
But yeah, I just think it's just going to take a bit longer.
And the win is going to be bigger and sweeter.
Because it's going to be like more triumphant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be like, instead of 25 grand.
Right. Here's $1.
Here's your own
Mass
restaurant.
lottery.
And I am the co-person of your restaurant. And it's going to be like the hot mean cook that I like.
The hot mean cook?
Yeah, not from Bear.
From what?
TV, regular.
Oh, Gordon Ramsay?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's going to be like, you're going to win a restaurant with him or something.
I'm so distracted by this music.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh, because I can only sometimes hear it.
I can only hear it. You said something in between there. I don't know if you were singing to me or if you were... So I'm just going to jump to wine now that
I was going to say, can we just
spoken
please
about
drink?
myself for 50 years.
First of all, you did not. Second of all, I wish I didn't know that you just needed to get through one more round.
Yeah. Or is it semifinals and then finals? 1 or 2 more rounds. But that's okay because I finished in 6th in the quarterfinals and that's further than I thought I was going to make it. So.
Oh, well, just for the record, it's not further than what the rest of us thought.
Well, clearly, because thank you, everybody. And before I start crying, I'm going to read our wine.
Perf.
Because I will cry because I cried last night.
Because we're perioding.
That's right. We love to punctuate things. Grenache Gris 2022 by Benjamin Darnault. Thanks. That face tells me I'm maybe right somewhere.
I think the alt was correct.
Darnault.
Yeah.
Yeah. In this world where everybody seems to cut corners and give less, I wish to add more. Grenache Gris is a rare grape variety, and I have been making a tiny quantity of wine from it for over 10 years with some really great results. The grape gives you a pure, full, and juicy wine, and I'm super excited that I am now able to make some for you angels. And I want to thank you. It's because of your support that this wine can happen. Cheers, Ben. Ben, can you tell me what the tasting notes are, please?
Or where you're from?
Sure. Product of France.
Ah.
Yes. France.
Monot.
Stupid American.
Darnault.
Darnault.
I don't know what I smell.
Oh, it's very, very faint.
When you opened the bottle, I didn't smell anything. Did you?
Dipped my nose in.
I was going to say, did you just snort it?
I was trying to get closer. And
because I have something else for you, though.
Aw. The podcast where two best friends tell you what to do and not your cocaine dealer.
I was going to say, after only one of us have done it.
That's true. And it wasn't me, but I'm not telling you which one it was. Ready? Oh!
Did you spill our pickle juice in here?
No, I just wanted to make sure that you were looking into a mirror.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you're so welcome.
You even got the...
It's total mirror image.
Right.
What was that? That felt weird. Is right.
felt weird.
Can we do it again?
We have to.
Okay. Number 2. Better?
Worse.
Oh.
Both eyes and the jaw. First one was just the left eye and a hint of the jaw.
This was applesaucy. That's that.
Unsweetened applesauce?
Yeah.
I got it. I got it.
Okay. That's number 3, maybe 4 and 5.
Wait, I was going to say we're just going to have to finish it off.
Yep. I think we're going to have to do this before we fucking get to questions.
We got to run to the store. We'll be right
No shit.
back.
We've only done that once before.
I say we did that before.
Once. All right, let's go. There is a very bitter, soury note that goes right down the middle of your tongue.
No, right down both sides of your jaw.
You're getting the feeling.
Yeah.
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 Can you spell that for me?
RIGHTHERE.
That was really quick that I'm just going to believe you.
It's not gross.
One
the
more for
flavor's
the
not
rating.
gross.
No, it's not. There's just something that leaves a lot to be
that
desired.
Isn't finished.
Yes. Yes, that is actually very perfect. It's not finished.
I didn't die.
4 sips on this one.
I saw that.
I tried really hard to fight it. I'm like, me either. I didn't die either. There's this bitter note in the back of it's like the palate gets everything sweet and wonderful and crisp and refreshing. And then the back of my mouth is like, this is like the bitter part of it.
Yeah, like we threw in the sourest apple with our grapes.
Yeah, it's not a sour to me.
White grapes weren't ripe yet.
Yes.
And we made wine.
That bitterness, not the sourness, but the bitterness of it. Yeah, that's the not done flavor.
Thank God you're reading this week.
Yeah, no shit, huh?
So I'm just going to be over here like...
Yeah, if you ever fucking take a sip while we're recording.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, my God. Give it a rating, or do you want me to go first?
Oh, I hate these kinds because it's like it's not gross.
But our listeners know what we like.
Too, I guess.
I'm with you without a question.
Like the flavor isn't bad. It's not terrible.
It's not.
It just isn't ripe yet.
It doesn't finish. The finish is not pleasant. That's what it is.
It's just not quite right.
It's not there yet. Mm-hmm. Like you're missing something. It's not finished yet, chef. But I digress. I have questions this week.
I have zero comment.
Why? Should I not have? Do you want to read this week?
No. I have zero response to your I have questions this week because it is not appropriate.
What do you mean it's not appropriate?
It means I'm not saying it out loud on air. Where are our questions from this week, Bev? I have questions.
How to do it? Well, that's what I was waiting for, but your comment was not.
I know because what popped into my brain was not that.
But I can cut it out if you tell me anyway.
I already forgot it.
You're full of shit. You forget many things in this life, bitch, but a bad thing ain't one of them.
If that's not accurate to who I am as a human being. All right, how to do it?
Okay, I'll let this one slide, but we'll talk later.
Yeah, we sure will. Because we never remember anything we're supposed to talk about later.
Hey, Siri, remind Beth to tell me what homework she was thinking.
At 7. Discussion post responses. Thank you.
The first one is from Rich Juzwiak.
Oh, yay.
Our buddy Rich.
We love Rich.
From July 7th of this year at 12 p.m. So he waited till lunchtime to give us entertainment, which I appreciate.
Good man.
That's right. My friendships are being destroyed by booty calls.
What?
Yes, our hangouts are way too horny.
I was going to say, are your friendships your booty calls?
They must be. Unless it's like, I became single and now we can act on our urges. That kind of situation.
Like, sorry, I can't be with my friends now because I'm out banging my booty calls.
Let's find out.
Let's.
Dear, how to do it. This is more a question on how to get other people not to do it, but here goes. I have a lot of very close friends who are still single, and I love this for them. I'm constantly a person they can come to for venting and a listening ear about their dating struggles, etc. I myself have been in a long-term relationship for many years now, but I've always worked to make sure that hasn't affected how much time and bandwidth I have for the dear friends in my life.
Aww.
We hang out several times a week, and often we'll go out dancing or to the bar at least once a month. The struggle is on these nights out. A lot of my girlfriends do not hesitate to find a hookup on these nights out and head out with them early and kind of leave me hanging. And even on the nights where they don't find anyone, I can feel their attention going into preening and scouting for an eligible bachelor. We used to do this a lot when we were younger and single, and it was great fun. We'd chat about the guys we found hot and schemed ways to talk to them, and I don't mind being a wing woman every once in a while. But sometimes I wish we could just enjoy each other's company without having to prioritize finding the next sex partner amongst the crowd. Why can't we just dance? Anyway, this is probably something I should have said to them a long time ago, but now I feel like it's a frustration that's been bubbling and I can't figure out how to bring it up. How do I talk to them about this without blowing it up into a huge deal? Should I go there or am I being a selfish coupled person? Dance, dance.
What's the title? My hookups?
No.
My booty calls.
My friendships are being destroyed by booty calls. I know.
Tricked us.
I know. Totally tricked.
Oh, man.
I think the answer is in the question.
So the issue is your friends are not in relationships and are very much living their best lives. Mm-hmm. I don't know that I have much of an input.
No?
unfortunately, this is what happens in life and friendships.
Yeah. I have just
People
a couple
move
of
at different
suggestions.
paces. And
It's true. It doesn't matter how old you are, how
Right.
young or not.
right. There's always that one friend.
That's right.
kidding.
It's true. The one single friend.
I guess what I would
the one
say
coupled
is,
friend.
no, the one that's like, you guys are married on your third kid now. Like, I think the only thing I would say is maybe instead of going out to the bars, suggest something else.
Like a girls' night in.
Yeah.
That was one of my suggestions.
Like, let's order a bunch of junk food and a bunch of wine and watch trash TV.
Sounds like us every time we get together to record while we're getting ready.
Whether one of us are single or not, both.
That's right. We make time for that bullshit.
We're like, sorry, you're not invited to girls' night.
I wish you would leave me for a booty call.
Please. For the love of God. Let me have my girls' night with my best friend.
I'll sit here and wait for you. I'll record a whole episode without you.
I will not punish you later.
I just want you to be like, I need cocoa butter for my labia. Like it was that much.
I'm a shea butter baby. Thank you.
I don't care. As long as you're getting buttered, I don't give a fuck. Okay. My other suggestion was to also be like, girls, like this is the time that like I have to hang out with you. And I'm okay if it happens every once in a while, but I would really appreciate it if we had at least one night when we're going out where we're just like besties, not looking for that. So that you don't expect it happening regularly, but like being okay with it happening. You know what I mean? Like it's going to happen. This is what we go out for. But going into those types of interactions with like, are we going to hang out or are we going to scout for your next hookup?
Yeah.
I think that makes a difference. Because
like
even
throw in an escape room.
Yeah.
Once every other.
Or the prize is a bachelor. No, just me.
Oh, we're drinking.
Well, I made it sound like I was talking about cheating, but I'm not.
Oh, I didn't get that. That's why I was like,
good.
Wait.
I was like, did I make this sound like really fucking like I'm thirsty as fuck? Because I'm not.
What did Rich say? We're trained off trackers.
Oh, I was like, what are we trained in? Because these are fucked up conductor.
Exactly.
Dear Dance Dance, I feel for you. It's tough to face change in life, especially when it seems like the way things before the change are still within our reach. The issue here is that you're the one who changed. You are no longer single and doing single things, but you're still hanging out with people who are. That's fine, but you should understand that they aren't obligated to change their lives for you. Although I stand by my, like, hey, talk to your friends because you deserve happiness amongst that group too. But I digress.
Also, I was thinking of like, if I'm the single friend and you're like, hey, I'm just going to be like, okay, we'll hang out on a Tuesday night then. Because like, I'm getting laid this weekend and every other weekend following.
Okay. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. That's great because I put my shoes in the non-single or myself in the non-single friend shoes.
Right.
And I was like.
That's why I was like, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah. Yours makes a lot more sense.
Like, I'm not going to not hook up with a hot guy because you are in a relationship.
Right. It's the one time I get to fuck a dude with a Jerry curl, you know?
Or without one.
Or with, hopefully.
You know?
But they're single.
At this point in time.
There's got to be a reason.
Also, I'm drunk.
And he looks like Chris Evans. They're still going out like you used to get laid. You're going out to bond with your friends. That's not quite as misguided as using Grindr for networking or visiting a slaughterhouse to pick up some asparagus. But you're setting yourself up for disappointment all the same. Holy reach. That's a reach for Rich.
Oh, no, it's not. No, it's not. He's saying like going out drinking with your single friends on the weekends to connect with them is like, let
Grindr
me go
for networking
to the
slaughterhouse. Got it. For asparagus. Did it have? Could you have picked something not long and cylindrical? You know, could you have gone cauliflower? Oh, maybe not. All right, I'm done.
Cauliflower in a slaughterhouse? Off-putting.
The cost of hanging with your friends at a club is that they might leave you hanging alone. This is not them being bad friends. This is them being people who are in a club. Some amount of acceptance of this fact will be key to continuing harmony within your friend group. If your relationship were only about going to the club and you were constantly being left dancing on your own, I'd say a more varied approach to sharing time was in order. But you say that you hang out with these people several times a week and do clubs once a month. That's not so bad. It seems like you're getting in plenty of quality hang time that isn't disrupted by dick distraction.
I was going to say, no pun intended, Rich.
Dick distraction.
Hang time.
Oh, dick. Richard Juzwiak distraction. Your best bet is to bring along another married or coupled friend so that you know you'll have at least one buddy, or expand your club going to include venues, nights that you can enjoy with your husband. Oh, there's more. There's a lot more.
I think that was sufficient.
I think so too. We love you, Rich.
Also, great pointing out that it was like we hang out several times a week.
Yeah, I missed that in the question.
Me too. That was like, shut up.
Once in a while, I go out and get dick. Like, be happy for me.
Shut up.
For being dick.
It's not like I see you
distracted
once a month at the club,
right,
and I'm leaving you to go get riched down. Big Richard.
Get riched down. Yeah, I can't imagine this being a lot more different going forward, but I'm in agreement with it. I think it's...
Yeah, my whole advice would have changed had I heard
the
right
amount of times that we
hang out a bunch,
right? But and every once in a while,
once a month,
right?
We go to the club, and they
results in a Planned Parenthood visit,
right?
Exactly. Well, I guess we're fine with this.
Yeah.
I guess I'll just go on to there's something missing about this response.
Yeah, we missed half of the question.
Oh. Wow, this is really effective.
This is really sour wine. Yes.
All right, let's get more sour, shall we? October 9th, 2023. Rich again.
Wait to take my...
Yes.
Oh, fucker.
You ready?
Not anymore.
Well...
Hurry up before I take a sip.
Fasten that butt plug, Biff.
Oh.
I tried to use a dildo, then I became a medical anomaly. Very few people have heard about this weird reaction. Shall we speculate? What could you be a medical anomaly about? Oh, the music's back. It's like a Latino Ed Sheeran downstairs. Ed Sheeran.
I don't know. I can't get past, like, there's a dildo stuck in my orifices.
Did you say ditto?
Dildo stuck in my orifices, and they can't retrieve it.
Oh.
That's like...
medical anomaly, though.
I know, like, your uterus...
I'm a standalone.
...was like, this is my baby now.
What if it's a man?
We're having this for 9 months.
I used
and
this.
Then I
dildoed and went too deep, only to find out that my intestines are short. Or...
I have no intestines.
Oh my God. Or that I'm a different gender. I am fucking unraveling. I'm going to read this.
I'm so glad this is Rich.
Okay. I love Rich.
Very few people have this reaction.
They've heard about this weird reaction.
Weird reaction.
Yeah.
What?
I know. Dear How to Do It. I am a trans woman, and while my libido is fairly low, I do masturbate a couple times a month. A month?
A couple times.
Right. Well, I guess that's what I meant.
Right.
Okay, good. I recently used... Oh, low libido. We should just listen to what people say.
Yeah, I wasn't here for that part.
I recently used a dildo to try and come via prostate stimulation, but when nearing climax, I felt myself start choking. I was alone, so I thought it might have been something to do with how I was positioned, but when I tried from 2 other positions, the same thing happened. It was a sensation like I was throwing up, and the dildo was forcibly expelled each time. I've never heard of anyone else having this issue. Am I doing something wrong, or is this a natural bodily reaction? All choked up.
Which end were you trying to masturbate?
Well, it's a trans woman, so biologically...
I meant like...
Oh, got it. Right.
Can't stop
I didn't
gagging.
even go there.
Okay.
Okay. Well, when I heard prostate stimulation, I automatically thought.
Right, but like I'm trying to reach my prostate from my throat. It's a joke. I'm joking.
Okay, so but you're also not, because I recently opened my Twitter and saw someone, because Twitter is for porn. I don't know if anyone knows. If you don't, then join Twitter.
Damn, I need to log back in.
Yeah. But I opened it and saw someone put a very, 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 maybe I'm short, a very long toy up their cornhole, and I don't know where it went.
Oh, like the girl who died from the horse dick?
Yes. This was like...
Wait, you don't know where it went? Or like nobody knows where it went?
Well, I mean, the person who used it did, because they posted it. So, but it was like... It was a very, very long tentacle. And I'm like, where does it go? It was literally like an octopus tentacle. It's a sex toy. It's a thing. And that's okay. I just am still surprised.
Where it goes?
I don't know where it goes.
So it was through the back door.
Yes.
So
it was
human intestines male. Are like
20 feet long.
Yeah, I was going to say 30 feet long.
Something like that, yeah.
So.
Okay, good. Just going to leave it there then.
Just the mental image of a tentacle in a 30-foot.
I just like
I'm thinking of the suction cups and everything. I know. Suction cups.
I don't think it had suction cups in it, but like imagine like
I'm just saying the mental image is like an actual octopus.
Like if you took a big tube from water country down into an intestine, it would be years of you slipping and sliding through curves, because you've seen pictures of your intestines, right? Like not yours specifically, but like what they should look like.
Yeah.
And it's like this
compact, small one and then the long one.
Large one. Yes. And then colon. Right.
And then the end of the slip and slide.
Right. Exactly. Where you just like,
yeah. All of a sudden it's like, oh, well, okay.
Wow, what a muscle.
Where am I landing in?
Exactly. And while I would love to give advice on this one, I don't know if you're doing it wrong. And where is the medical anomaly?
We're just going to assume that they are correctly masturbating.
Yes. But
that the physical response.
That they were gagging because...
Whatever,
their
nerve
butts tied to their uvula or whatever is in the back of your throat. What I'm confused about is the title. I tried to use a dildo, then I became a medical anomaly.
Right. Very few. It said there was a very few, something about like have this reaction when they're...
No, I have never heard of anyone else having this issue. Am I doing something wrong, or is this a natural bodily reaction?
Oh, I thought there was a specific line where it was like...
Nope, I've tried 2 other positions. The same thing happened. It was a sensation like I was throwing up. And the dildo was forcibly expelled each time. Which, yes, because your muscles all work in tandem.
You're pushing.
Yep.
I'm not familiar with backdoor entries.
I am.
Right. So
on both levels of entry. And I will tell you that I don't have a butt throat. Response?
No pun intended.
Dear, all choked up. This is a tough one.
Thank you, Rich.
Thanks, Rich. I hadn't heard of this condition, nor did it turn up in a search, which was difficult to perform as it was, as the bulk of material online about choking during orgasm focuses on erotic asphyxiation.
That too.
That's a little hot. There simply isn't a law out there on unintentional choking during orgasm. The discourse is flooded with intentional choking during orgasm.
Or like, take a step back, please, and thank you. I can't breathe.
Like tapping out, bro.
Right, like, okay,
I'm not spanking you. I'm literally telling you to go away.
Right. This isn't like, stay here so I can die.
Oh. So I reached out to Nicole Prouse, a neuroscientist and sex researcher who studies orgasms and founded the sexual biotech company Liberos. I thought maybe
Imagine your job to be study orgasms.
Yeah.
To be studying orgasms. How do I say that? Imagine that It's your job.
Yes. That's what you meant to say. No, cannot imagine.
That's such a badass job.
Or maybe I can.
Are you kidding me?
But you need to be a doctor for that shit.
But still.
Yeah. No, I'm all set. I don't have patience for that. Just tell me.
I do.
Just
do
tell
have
me.
patience.
You do.
For it.
Well, you have patience for subjects. You don't have patience for a whole discipline. You need to learn everything to find out why this one thing that interests you.
All right, nobody asked you. Okay.
I'm done. I thought maybe this idiosyncratic issue of yours might ring a bell. In an email, Prouse hypothesized that it could be a, quote, globus sensation, which is the feeling of a lump in one's throat despite the absence of an actual lump. To be clear, this does not mean that perception is imagined. It can result from physiological occurrences like acid reflux. Oh my God. It can also be a product of anxiety. Again, that doesn't mean it's less bothersome. It's real because you're feeling it.
That makes sense.
Wow.
If they've struggled with
ball tickling, prostate stimulation.
No.
Don't do those fingers again then. Now we're fucking touching clitori.
Yes.
Yes. Woman.
Sex drive.
Oh, okay. Now I'm getting there.
Right. Not having one and I'm trying to make myself have one.
Okay. Got it. Okay. Oh, like performance anxiety.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm also a train.
Oh, I didn't
So maybe
think of that
that's like,
yeah.
Of course, anxiety produces physical responses.
Does. We know that because we're two anxious motherfuckers here.
We are walking physical responses.
Here's Prouse's email. I have not heard of this precise constellation of symptoms before, but I suspect it may now reflect a globus sensation common in anxiety. It is difficult to know.
Globus sensation, what anxiety?
Common in anxiety.
Common?
Yes.
Common in.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Did I mesh up my words again?
I don't know if it was you or me.
It was probably me.
It sounded like another scientific word.
Oh, okay.
That's why I was like, hold on, what is the diagnosis?
Both of us. We are the problem. We don't.
We is I.
It is difficult to know what the precipitating event was, that is, exactly what occurred the first time the sensation happened. However, the situation sounded highly distressing, as anyone would likely be in that situation. Such an experience could lead to a long-lasting fear that this may happen again, or the fear itself leads it to reoccur. To be clear, this is not, quote, it's all in your head, end quote. The throat and globus sensation actually tightens during this anxious period, but I also suspect managing anxiety that it will recur might offer a path to ultimately return to a more pleasurable stimulation. Note that this opinion is not a substitute for a diagnosis. It's just a possibility surmised by someone who has studied a lot about orgasms. UCLA has more on the treatment of globus, which can include a low-dose antidepressant and relaxation therapy, or relaxation therapy, whichever you prefer.
Oh, I didn't.
Oh, you didn't hear me say relaxation?
It sounded normal to me.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
You're welcome.
I recommend seeing an ENT to make sure that this isn't an actual obstruction. Said doctor could also... What's wrong, Beth?
Ear, nose, and throat doctor?
I know.
Doctor, when I shove a dildo
in this
right up there, I guess the doctor's going to be like, which end are you shoving it?
But if they're talking about prostate stimulation specifically, the doctor's going to be like,
how big is your dildo? Let's try a shorter.
Is it a tentacle?
For starters. You don't need to go that far up.
Said doctor could also help you with a plan for treating globus if that's indeed what's going on here. Anecdotally, some trans femmes have reported higher gag reflex sensitivity. Oh. Here's a Reddit thread on the self-reported phenomenon, though no one describes said sensitivity occurring near orgasm. I'm not sure if this is enough to claim what you're experiencing as a, quote, natural body reaction, but it's possible that you aren't all alone in it.
I was sold after the anxiety part.
If this is two sex questions in a row that we have absolutely no input in.
Yeah. Again,
we've just been just
backdoor pleasure on my end.
Should I just go to the next one?
Yes, please.
Ready for the next one, Beth?
I am.
Okay. June 12th, 24. This one's by Jessica Stoya. I've started coming out to all my friends. My husband still has no clue.
Oh.
I'm not sure he'll think it's real.
Well, when you start bringing home other females that he can not
right. Let's be honest. Right. We're going to bring in a lot of other
You're banging a girl in my home, but I can't join? I'm confused what's happening.
Well, let's find out, shall we?
Here's your sign.
Dear How to Do It. I, 30, have been married to my husband, quote, Thomas, 40, for 7 years now. We recently decided to open up our marriage into a more specifically polyamorous mode. And in parentheses, though neither of us was ever really married to the idea of monogamy. However, while I've been having a lot of fun with other partners, I'd hoped the variation would help rekindle the sexual spark Thomas and I used to have, but I still don't feel much in the way of sexual urges for him. I know it'll either come back or it won't, but a few things have me worried. Thomas is still very sexually attracted to me. I feel guilty for not really wanting to have sex with him anymore, especially since he's very shy and unlikely by his own admission to find other people to play with him in person.
Aww.
In parentheses, he does play with others online at least. Great. Chatterbait. It sustains everyone.
Thomas is a nice guy.
He's a nice guy.
He's letting you do whatever you want so that you don't leave him.
Yeah. I'm also conflicted over him wanting only the most minimal information about my extracurricular explorations, what Biff said.
Thank you very much.
He doesn't want to hear about them except in the most abstract of ways and doesn't really want to meet any of my additional partners. This makes me feel like I'm keeping secrets, even though it's just out of respect for his wishes rather than just because I want to keep him in the dark. Is it healthy to give him the low information diet he wants? In branching out, I've gotten to indulge in some kinks that I've not been able to explore with my husband, namely roleplay, submission, and more masochistic tendencies. These are things I've known I was interested in since well before I met Thomas, was definitely not into them, and finally getting to indulge has been exhilarating to say the least. However, the kind of play I've been getting into often leaves me with some bruises, which let me be clear I enjoy, and Thomas gets concerned about any marks on me. I worry about making him uncomfortable. It's my body, so I don't feel like I owe him to maintain it in any way that prioritizes his comfort over my enjoyment, but I also don't want to feel like I have to hide it from him. What is my responsibility to Thomas's feelings here? Over the past few years, I've realized that I'm non-binary. I've very recently started coming out to a few friends about this, including my newer partners. However, I'm not sure how to broach the subject with Thomas. While he's generally respectful of my trans friends, when I've hinted about my feelings in the past, he has been dismissive of non-binary identities, and that makes me really nervous, as does the fact that he's had a hard time of understanding that a cis man dating a trans woman does not mean he's gay. I think coming out to him will be hard both in terms of just explaining what non-binary even is, and in terms of challenging his own view of himself as a straight man. I'm a very confident, avoidant person. I'm sorry, that's wrong, because I was like, what?
I was going to say, thank you. Psychology degree.
None of these work together.
Huh?
I'm a very conflict-avoided person.
Got it. Way better.
But what's the best way for me to bite this bullet with my husband? My extreme, stereotypically feminine body makes me worry he'll never see my identity as real. Buried the lead.
Buried the lead?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
You don't know what bury the lead means?
No.
Like way to bury the lead. Like
way to fuck it up, Cindy.
No.
That's how it sounded when you said
way
almost. To bury the lead.
Way to bury the lead. Like, hey, he didn't like it when I choked him, but to be completely honest, when I told him I was into it, I didn't tell him that's what I was going to do. Burying the lead would be like me not telling him what I was going to do to him.
Oh, okay. So how would that relate to this context?
That they kept those fetishes and those needs and wants from their partner. Bury the lead. Fail to emphasize the important part of a story or account.
Yeah. Like, I'm telling you something, but I'm intentionally leaving out.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a lot to take in.
There's so much in this question.
So much.
Questions.
Right. Firstly, I think if your husband is communicating to you that I do not want details, you respect that.
Which
you do
they're
not
doing.
Give additional details, even if you feel like you're keeping things from your husband. Mm-hmm. He probably knows, which is why he said, I do not want details.
And that plays into what you said right when we started. Don't tell me I'm just trying to keep you happy.
Right.
Right.
The rest of it.
Like a sexual awakening in a marriage.
For the writer.
Right.
Yeah. Like I love my husband dearly, but like.
It's not enough.
I'm not the same person I was when I married them.
I would actually, to hop on your bandwagon and what you said earlier too, like one of the quotes was neither of us was keen on monogamy.
Yeah.
I would say that your husband said that
to
keep you.
Right. Like, but, yeah, same.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want. Just don't leave me.
And don't tell me.
Right.
Yeah. That doesn't mean he's okay with it.
No.
He'd rather ignore the truth.
Exactly. I know. My heart is kind of torn for both of them.
Yeah, it really is.
Because this isn't like intentional.
Yeah, it's not like neglect. It's not like, disregard.
Right.
Yeah.
Disregard is a good word.
This is like, we're on the same page.
Like
you're just not acknowledging it. Or like we've agreed to be where we are, but you're not. Do you know what I'm saying? Like denial is very strong. Like
you're telling me things are okay, so I'm proceeding.
I'm trusting that things are okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Literally and figuratively.
Yes. I mean, I have an idea of what I want to say to this one, but I want to hear what you...
I don't know that I have much more to say other than the first question was, I feel like I'm keeping things from him. Is it okay to just...
give him the low information diet he wants?
Right.
Yes, it's okay.
If that's what he's requesting, that's what you do.
You're doing nothing wrong. You're doing everything that you've all
matter of fact,
to.
It would be disrespectful to give him
change
more information. Right. The rest, I don't know. Because it's like, nice guys finish last. You're allowed to live your truth.
But now Thomas is, so I agree with that. That part right there, it's like, yes, he's requested that, and you're still able to have the fun that you want in your open marriage.
Right.
We agree on that part. Now she's coming home with marks, or they're coming home with marks, and Thomas isn't too keen on it, but they're like okay with it. And the question here is, what is my responsibility to Thomas's feelings here? Okay,
so Thomas knows he's in the dark. Mm-hmm. Thomas also doesn't know your newfound
fetish, etc.
Right. Masochistic stuff.
Hot.
Listen.
We're not Thomas.
I'm not afraid of bruises. Mm-mm. But with Thomas not knowing the extent of your extracurricular activities,
he's in fact choosing not to be part of it.
Correct. However, he's also like, are you okay?
Yeah, that's true.
Is somebody abusing you?
Yeah.
I don't know that you like to be the aggressor. A masochist inflicts pain.
Oh, got it.
Right? Like, Thomas doesn't know.
And they're a victim of masochism in this case. So they're seeing these bruises.
Well, it sounds like they are the masochist.
Well, a masochist in general just gets pleasure from pain.
From giving pain.
Oh, I thought it was just pleasure from pain in general.
That's sadism. Sadistic. Sadist is, I get off when you're hurting me. Masochist is, I get off when I'm hurting you.
Are you sure it's not the other way around?
I was up until now. Yeah, I have my phone back.
Yeah, please look at that, because I mean, I'm not trusting you. I'm just trying to remember instances where this
I'm not trusting me either. Masochist, a person who derives sexual gratification.
Yeah, I love to gratify. Oh, that works.
I was going to say thank you, because
you've gratified to me.
Sexual gratification. Oh, okay, you're right. From their own pain.
Right.
Okay.
And a sadist is
the one who gives the pain. I'm getting off from hurting you.
But that's usually non-consensual if it's a sadist. If I understand.
I think it
like
goes
a sadist is doing
hand.
it like you don't know that I'm getting pleasure off of punching you in the face.
Well, I think it's like a hand-in-hand relationship.
Sure.
I like to be hurt.
Holding hands.
You like to hurt me.
There's consent.
We're both getting off. Only one of us is leaving with a black eye. Okay, so the bruises make more sense. Mm-hmm. And also, if the husband is not aware that you are a masochist, mm-hmm. it is natural for him to be concerned about you coming home with bruises.
Right.
He doesn't want to know the answer to where those bruises came from. He just wants to know you're okay.
Yep.
He doesn't know maybe you're in an abusive relationship that isn't consensual.
Yeah, I think I'm getting the concern about disclosure because it's like, I want to tell my husband that this is what I'm into. He doesn't want to know any more than what I tell him.
Right, he doesn't want to know
but I'm coming home with bruises, and how do I, what is the bridge here to these two different worlds?
I think there's a gentle way of telling Thomas that,
these bruises are here because I want... But, if someone told me that and it's not something I'm used to, I'd be like, who's telling you that it's okay? Are you being brainwashed? Are you... if I'm not used to you and I are in a relationship and I'm not mm-hmm. used to you coming home with bruises, and all of a sudden you come home with bruises and you're like, no, I wanted this, or I deserved this. You know what I mean?
I asked for this.
Exactly. How do you handle that as the receiving partner? To me, that screams abuse, battered women, that kind of Lifetime story.
Right.
I deserved it. I talked back, that kind of shit. Right. To be very clear, we are not condoning any of this. We're just talking about the situations that would make someone question that sort of masochism.
I'm sad that you felt the need to
qualify it. I know.
So I feel like firstly, I would express to Thomas that I feel unsure, mm-hmm. even though you're telling me you don't want to know.
Right.
Right. And then I'm sure there would be a healthy discussion.
Right.
Surrounding that, where you would maybe feel a little bit more better about not giving all the details. I would also communicate to Thomas, I promise I'm really okay. I'm just trying to respect your wishes mm-hmm. of not wanting extra information.
Okay.
If you ever would like more details, I am happy to divulge, but I just want you to know that I am perfectly okay, happy, and satisfied. Leave that part out.
Yep. Well,
I just communicate that
okay.
Yeah. I hesitate what to tell you mm-hmm. in order to respect your wishes.
I actually think that's the important part. I'm not telling you because of this. I'm not telling you.
I don't want to tell you that I was handcuffed in a sex dungeon last night, upside down, for 2.5 hours, not allowed to have an orgasm.
Do what you will.
Please and thank you. Yes, sir, ma'am.
I put a hood on me. I don't care.
And I just
pictured myself on one of those wheels. I'm strapped to it.
To a brick wall.
And they
with purple curtains.
It. No, I don't know where the fuck the purple curtains came from.
Because
I get blue balls, not purple labia.
The purple felt curtains,
I hate that I know what you're talking about.
I know you know. You masochist.
Sisters, not twins.
Eyebrows. So I literally would just be like, listen, this is probably unnerving for you. Mm-hmm. I don't know what to tell you because I do not want to disrespect you and your wishes.
Right. I think that's important. That's the important part. I agree with you.
It's confusing to me mm-hmm. to not share with my husband.
Yeah. But I think to us, it's confusing because you and I are thinking husband in the sense that that's my partner and that's it.
That's who I'm calling for everything.
Right. Are we partners?
We've been partners.
Oh, fuck.
This is like the longest long-distance relationship anybody's ever had. We've never met, but we've been in a relationship for 25 years.
We know what each other likes, but we won't do it to each other.
He tells me like every other weekend he's going to come visit me and then does.
If we could flip fuck, Biff, it would be over.
We're allowed to bang other people and tell each other about it. Amen. But we're not allowed to get married.
I want all the detail. All right. Last part of this question.
Okay.
Was they're feeling that they're non-binary, sorry. And
I forgot about that part.
You know,
the husband may not be.
I'm a confident avoidant or conflict avoidant person, but what's the best way for me to bite the bullet with my husband?
I don't think you and Thomas are a match.
Oh my God. Thank you. Because from the beginning, I was like, this doesn't feel like this is going to end in... This isn't trust. This is
going to end in
unconditional.
Resentment.
Yeah.
One day Thomas is going to wake up and be like...
Or try. Disclose all of this to Thomas and be like, this is where I'm at. And then figure it out.
Or you're going to wake up like, fuck you. I can't even share the most intimate moments of my life.
Right.
That you've agreed... mutually
like these are rules you
accepted,
set in place,
and I can't even talk to you about it.
Right.
And Thomas is like, I'm only fucking doing this because I love you and I want to keep you, but shut the fuck up about it.
Exactly.
Now I'm resenting you because like, yeah, sure, I agreed, but like, holy shit,
something's got to give.
Like, I didn't think it was gonna be for the rest of, for the next
eventually
4 years or
other people. Is going to have to be a conversation over a rotisserie chicken. Like, how was your day? Oh, got railed by a group of 30. How was yours? Oh,
had
chatterbait. I got 2 points.
Had internet
or
sex
however
on
many
my online game.
Or coins. Or what does
Bitcoins?
chatterbait do? Bitcoins. I wish.
What's chatterbait?
Oh, you don't know?
No.
It's people that just like log in with their webcams and they're like doing their shit.
Oh.
Yeah. And then there's chat roulette where it's not about porn, but every once in a while there's a huge ass dick on there.
I've seen those reels.
Yeah.
Where it's like
I gotta
go. Oh, okay. So I didn't know chatterbait was like a actual thing.
It's a thing. It's not supposed to be about porn, but people take it there.
Just like everything else.
I'm sorry. I was thinking about chat roulette. Chatterbait is porn.
Okay.
Yeah. But like amateur.
I think you guys are best friends.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Trying to like.
The difference is we don't fuck each other.
I was going to say like just trying to like make yourselves like.
You guys are best friends. Response? Because I don't know what else to do with this.
Yeah.
Dear Buried the Lead, there are 2 ways of handling this pile of issues you've described. You can start at the easier end, or you can dive into the hardest. Your discomfort in sharing your gender identity with your husband combined with your sign-off makes all the other questions you have about sharing pale in comparison.
What was the sign-off?
Bury the lead.
Oh, got it.
Not everyone has a relationship with gender that feels crucial to who they are, but it seems like you do. This means that it's an important thing to share with your husband. People generally have an easier time hearing concrete facts over education on theory, so I'd start with drafting a concise explanation of what non-binary means to you without using the word non-binary. It is, after all, most important that he understands how you as an individual approach gender and what gender means to you. He might need time to process or even become overwhelmed during the conversation. If that happens, give him space. This might need to take place over the course of several conversations. If he doesn't see your identity as real, you'll need to make the big decision of whether to continue the relationship or not. As for the bruises and Thomas's preferences for a low information situation,
I like it.
Should be a song.
A country one.
These 2 things are likely in conflict. Broach that conversation with something along the lines of, quote, I want to respect your desire to hear only the broadest strokes of my interactions with other people.
No pun intended.
That's right. And I also come home with consensual bruises sometimes. What did you say about brunch?
Also no pun intended.
Okay, great.
Broad strokes and coming home.
Oh, yes. Yes, not brunch. No, I know how I heard
brunch to
that.
Some of us.
That's right. I'm not sure how to have the kind of sex I'm having while respecting your boundaries. Then listen and find out how he'd prefer to handle things. Healthy isn't so much about an ideal prescribed amount of information as it is a sustainable balance between the needs and desires of everyone in the relationship. And, it's possible that he doesn't accept your gender and the two of you can't balance your bruises and his boundaries and you part ways. That's always an option. It doesn't mean you failed at marriage. It means you had a successful 7 years.
It means you're best friends.
That's right. And then did what was best for each of you in the current moment.
I was right.
Yes, you were right. Hi, bestie.
Oh, hey.
Difference is we never
tried to not.
We never kissed in front of witnesses to make this quote unquote real.
Right. We never tried to be like, hey, that 40-year plan? Should we really?
That's it for this week, Biff.
Well, thank you to Rich, as usual.
I know. And Jessica.
Oh, right.
Jessica. Send us your questions, comments, all your concerns, and pretend that you like us. And, you're beautiful, you're wonderful. Your husband shouldn't have a clue.
Bruise on.
And if that dildo reaches your throat, you did it right. And thank you for listening. You've been ill-advised. You dick.
Got him.
Ill-Advised is hosted and produced by Stefani and Ray.
AKA your Beths.
Send us your questions, your comments, all of your concerns.
And your drink recommendations.
To illadvisedthepodcast@gmail.com. You can catch up on all of our episodes and our show notes at illadvisedthepodcast.com.
Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at illadvisedthepodcast. And don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe
on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, or wherever you listen.
You've been ill-advised.